Yo, what's up guys, it's LOSTGRIFF, welcome back to another video. This might be a face reveal for some of you guys if you guys haven't seen what I look like yet. I am Griff, aka Griffin. Been making content for quite a while, and I'm quite excited to tackle this, set of questions that I selected from both Discord messages and one that I came up on my own that I kind of want to just answer myself. As well from the community messages you guys have responded to. Highly recommend you guys check out the community tab whenever you want to, because I post in there every once in a while, and if you can't join the Discord, it's a great way to stay connected. So yep, and I mean, might as well do a quick shout out, drop a sub if you want to, check out my socials, Discord in the description if you guys want to talk to me a little bit more, and that's about it. So let's get into the video. So first question I get asked is, how old are you? So my birthday is on August 24th, 2004, so I just turned 18 a little under a month ago, and I mean, it's been crazy being 18, being able to consider how things are different just overall in life. I mean, obviously there's a lot more gravity to a lot more things I do, but other than that, I mean, obviously on paper being 18 is a big difference, but I feel like you don't really become an adult. Saying somebody is an adult after turning 18 just feels so weird, because I don't think I have that maturity yet to be able to consider myself, someone who could be an adult. I still think I need to get it a little bit more into my 20s. To really be like, yeah, I'm an adult, I can make calculated decisions, because there's a lot of mistakes I still make as a result of, still needing that maturity to, evolve as a person. So that's what I think, and that's how old I am, so just wanted to kind of explain that. So another person asked, what made you settle on the name LOSTGRIFF? So, my initials are GL, so, I kind of wanted to make something that was kind of a play on that. For some reason, I don't know why. And so I looked up names. I thought of names that started with an L, with my name Griffin or Griff, of course. And so I looked at some letters, pulled some strings, thought about it. I was like, you know what, LOSTGRIFF sounds kind of cool. It's something I think I could make my name, because I think I did this after I got hacked on Twitch. Because I got hacked on Twitch on my original account, which had like 200 followers. And then I was like, damn, that's kind of a shame. I'll make like a whole new brand and just start streaming. And so I started streaming, and yeah, I went from there. So LOSTGRIFF just kind of just a cool name that I came up with just because of my initials. And I just like the word lost. It sounds good. I don't know, it's a cool word. What's your major? So I get asked this a lot. My major in college is currently digital video media technology, which essentially is videography, and basically any of the media surrounding it. So I'll probably be learning in college graphic arts, sound design, how to choreograph, different shot types, all that kind of stuff. So I did already take a 2-year program for video production, which means I'm pretty, ready to work in a field related to that. But I mean, right now, kind of hard to find a job whenever you don't have that college degree, because people are looking around for them college degrees, and they're like, bro, I mean, I'm not gonna hire you if you don't got a major. So I'm like, bro, come on. So I'm basically just getting it for the certification, as well as the fact that just college is a good experience. It's a great learning experience. I think it's a great time to just, again, bridge that gap, like I mentioned earlier, between 18 and like my early 20s, to kind of like, get a little bit more mature, feel ready to work in a professional work environment for 34 hours a week, and something that I'm really skilled in. So very much love videography, and if I ever, retire from YouTube, or at least stop making content for a while, you guys will always have access to see what kind of content I'm making in terms of video programs and video, just videos in general, I guess. So very excited to pursue that in the future, but this is a great way to enhance my editing skills, figure out more about how the internet works, and just, learn more about YouTube and media is through creating YouTube content, which is why I'm so excited to have a field that not only is in the same as what I create, like what I'm going to be creating for, but also going to be working in, it's great to have that experience, and I'm so glad I get to share it with you guys. So, all right, and then the final question I'm getting asked is, when do you graduate? And I'm going to be graduating in 2024. So I'm going to be, probably outside of classes in 2024, and I'm probably going to pursue my bachelor's after a while. So I'm going to be graduating in 2024, which would be a little under 2 years. So quite excited. And then Multiversus questions. So let's see, what do you guys have for Multiversus? So I wrote down, what character do you want the most in Multiversus? There's a lot of characters I really want in Multiversus. I'd love to see an anime third party like Naruto, even like Goku, even though I'm not a big Dragon Ball Z fan. Would love to see that. I would also love to see you know, my regular show reps. I love regular show, one of my favorite shows as a kid. Any character from the Amazing World of Gumball would be also an amazing rep. Just a lot of these Cartoon Network reps that are out there besides Clarence and Uncle Grandpa sound kind of hype. I'd love to see those too. You know, series kind of come into multiverses. And in terms of other ideas, I mean, there's a few Looney Tunes reps I think would be kind of cool. But as of right now, I'm really excited mostly for variants for some reason. I'm a huge skins fan for some reason. So, you know, obviously, I'd be saving up the Galemium for a cool skin to come out. So I'm very excited for them to make cool variants, like Fern, for example, is going to be awesome. But overall, I'm very excited mostly for regular show reps. Walter White, how could I forget about Walter White? Walter White, regular show. Even Saul would be sick as hell. I think they should, me personally, this might just be me, I think they should add Walter White and Saul before they add Walter White and Jesse, just because Jesse is like, you know, I don't really know how they could make their how they could make their design like super different. I guess the character itself would be different, but like I don't really know what different moves they could have. At least with Rick and Morty, they have different episodes focused on them individually, as far as I know, so they can kind of steal from those, or not steal, but take from those. But Walter White and Jesse are kind of just intermingled characters that would do the same thing. So I think Saul, kind of in a Phoenix Wright style from Capcom, would be amazing. That would be an awesome addition, and I really need to watch Better Call Saul. I just love him as a character from what I've seen in Breaking Bad. So definitely, that's probably my biggest reps right now, who I want the most. I'd also love Courage the Cowardly Dog. That'd be pretty cool. Do you ever plan on competing? Is another question I get asked. So as of right now, my highest level character is in the top 12,000 overall. So I'm not really sure, like a top 12,000 as in general, not just on the specific character. So I'm not really sure if I'd be able to take it at competition level. As much as I'd love to go into competing whenever it comes to multiverses, I don't think I'm at that level yet. I still think I need a lot more practice. I still think I need to do a lot more labbing, and just keep curating content, keep playing the game consistently. And I mean, if I'm ever getting to that point where I'm like a top 100 player, I would love to compete, but I just don't think I'm at that point yet. So it really just depends on how good I get at the game. Alright, another question I get is, what is your least favorite Multiversus character? So in terms of design, my least favorite character is probably Arya. I'm a #1 Arya hater. I don't like how Arya plays, even though she's a lot more fair after her nerfs. I don't think she's a very cool character. I'm not a big Game of Thrones fan. Just not really a big fan of the show. I think it's kind of corny, but maybe that's just me. I personally think Arya was the most lame pick so far, just in general, but again, that's just because I'm biased with Game of Thrones. I'm not a big fan of it. I also wasn't a huge fan of the Gizmo pick, as Gremlins is not, you know, I feel like they should have that as, like, I feel like Gremlins should have came, like, as, like, the 25th, 26th character. I don't really feel like they're, like, up there with, like, Rick and Morty, Finn, Batman, Wonder Woman. Like, I don't really think of all-stars like that, you know, and then put Gremlin, like a character from Gremlins right next to them, especially 2 reps. I don't know about that one, but you know what, honestly, both are fun characters to play at least, and I like how they're designed. They always do a great job designing characters, so I really can't hate on it. You know, as long as they're doing something they enjoy and creating characters that they're happy about and proud of, then what can you really complain about, you know? Another question I get is, what other platform fighters have you played, and how would you compare them to one another? Okay, so I've played most, if not all, platform fighters that have been mainstream. I've played a good amount of Brawlhalla. I have about a little over 100 hours in Brawlhalla, which has spanned over since its release, so it really is not that much if you really think about it. Like, I would have phases where I played like 20 hours of Brawlhalla within like 2 weeks and then quit, and then come back to it like a year later, play for like 2 weeks, leave. It's just never one of those games that kept my attention, and I think a lot of it is thanks to the art style. I'm not a huge fan of Brawlhalla's art style, and just overall how the moves feel is not like super satisfying for me, quite like it is in Multiverses. So I've just never really been a big fan, and enough to just keep my attention for years, or months at that. So I think Brawlhalla is a great game, but I do think Multiversus kind of takes a lot of the things that make Multiversus combat, or Brawlhalla's combat, unique, and then puts it into Multiversus. I actually think Multiversus and Brawlhalla are the most similar in overall gameplay, which is why I'm surprised there's not more Brawlhalla players at the top in Multiversus. Thing is Smash. I played Smash probably hundreds of hours. I've played since Brawl. I played a little bit of Melee, a tiny bit of Melee when I was a kid. Not really enough to remember big details of it, but my dad sold my GameCube at a yard sale, and I remember being so sad about that. I was like, bro, I loved my GameCube. I just hadn't come back to it in a while. So I was super sad about that, but you know what? It's okay. So that's why actually I still use the GameCube controllers, because I love the layout. of this controller. And actually, hold up, is it in, I can't tell if it's in frame. You guys been asking, this is my controller, just showing you guys what it looks like. It's basically a GameCube controller but built for Smash. I'll probably get a custom one if I ever make enough money from YouTube. I'll probably put it into a new controller, because this controller can be kind of mid sometimes. Like, I'd still probably buy a GameCube controller. I just want one of those custom ones, because it'd be sick to have like a custom one, and like a really like cool purple one, maybe with like a logo on it or something. That'd be kind of sick. Or like something like that, you know what I mean? You know, I think that's a big reason as to why, is because I have a GameCube controllers, or I have a small attachment to my childhood because of GameCube controllers and how much I loved GameCube back in the day. Before I got into Wii and all the crazy era of Nintendo making their insane streak from like the 90s to like the 2010s, they just dominated the market, and I think they're starting to fall off a little bit more as time goes on. So yeah, I will say that's like the main platform fighters I've played. I've played a lot of platform fighters, but I've never gotten to a high level in any of them. They've always been for fun or competition amongst friends for me. But I feel like Multiversus is probably the best I've ever been at a platform fighter. I almost forgot Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Had a huge phase with that game for a few weeks. And I realized the game was just not going to live. It was too expensive. Netcode was not great. There's a lot of flaws with hitboxes and overall moves. And I just, as much as I loved the game, I knew it was not going to go anywhere, so I just dropped it for good. And I was a Leonardo main, in case you guys are wondering. All right, and then lastly, people have been asking, do you plan on returning to Wizard101? My answer to that is it really depends. I do stay in touch with Wizard101. And what's been going on with Wizard101, but I just don't see myself playing it. I honestly canceled my membership. I probably haven't logged on in well over 2 months. Or no, well over a month, I would say, actually. I haven't logged on with Wizard101 in well over a month, I would say. And just haven't really seen the point of playing it or enjoying it. Because I did kind of burn myself out, on top of the fact that I ran out of content to make for the game. PvP was boring. PvE was something I was already had kind of enough of to be, you know, have fun with it. You know, I kind of grew out of the MMO, like, you know, spend a bunch of time grinding a game, because I do have a lot of stuff going on. I'd rather get competitive at a game than grind it out to be able to be competitive, if that makes sense. Like, I'd rather just play and get better than have to worry about like grinding out this gear first. And ever since raids came out, I knew it was going to be days and days and days and weeks of commitment of getting all that gear necessary to create content in PvP, just to know that I was only creating in a small community that I knew was only going to stay a certain, you know, size. So respect people who have stayed in it, like for example Austin Sauce, who stayed committed to it for a long time. Respect QnA for staying committed to it, awesome friend of mine. CheervalX, great creator. A lot of different people I know that are making content for the game that are really good friends of mine. I mean, I'm not close with Sauce, but just naming off people who, you know, I know of and maybe might be friends with. Just people that overall I just enjoy. I do think that Wizard101 is in good hands. I'm glad that there's a lot of other creators that are still making good content for the game. And yeah, just continue supporting those Wizard101 creators. They're all great people for the most part. But yeah, they're all great people. And I'm glad that I kind of stepped away from the community for a while, but I would not say this is the end of my Wizard101 journey. I still think there's a lot more I want to do with the game eventually, but Multiversus is something I'm just really wanting to commit to as of right now, due to how fun it is and how much I just cannot ignore how much I enjoy Multiversus over Wizard101. Why did you stop creating content for Wizard101? Again, this is another question I kind of already answered a lot, but just overall it just hadn't become fun to me anymore. It's that simple. Whenever you create content for Wizard101 after a certain amount of time, especially since it's a game that I genuinely would play for 3 months at a time and not touch the rest of the year, which was like my plan with the game. Whenever I used to play Wizard101, I would play from like June to like August non-stop every single summer during the summer update, or before the summer update, and then kind of just quit. Me and my friend Nick would play all the time together, and just overall I've just drifted from that close connection to the game. I kind of just viewed it as, you know, a hobby. I mean, you viewed Wizard101 more as connected to my YouTube than it was an actual game I enjoyed, if that makes sense. Not that I viewed it as a job or anything like that. I viewed it more as like a, it's this game I'm playing to keep having fun, creating content, not because I'm having fun with the game and wanting to create content for it. It's more like I want to keep creating content. The only way I can keep doing that is if it relates to Wizard101. So I believe that Multiversus actually came at a perfect time, because I genuinely don't know how it would have kept Wizard101 if I wouldn't have enjoyed it. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for asking all these questions and for 2K subs. I genuinely cannot thank you guys enough. Like, seriously. I know I don't sound like, I know I'm not screaming with excitement, but we're already at 2.3K as of recording this, which is ridiculous. Which means we're almost at 3K subscribers. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Maybe some sort of celebration or something, and then do like a giveaway. I'll probably do like a 2.5K or 3K sub giveaway eventually. I'm just super excited for overall the future. I'm excited to get this account to 100K subs one of these days, you know, maybe in a few years. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, just keep supporting the content, guys. Let's make this dream come true. Let's do some crazy shit. Let's achieve some awesome things. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support. Appreciate you guys watching this video, checking the content out. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay in the background with me and my friend Connor playing Gizmo Wonder Woman. More on that later. 2v2 content coming soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.